everyone, happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. How amazing is this warmer weather? It's brilliant. I went a little bit crazy and brought out the summer clothes today because I just couldn't hold off any longer. So it's amazing to see, and I hope you're all well and enjoying this weather before daylight savings. So tonight's topic is something that a couple of people actually asked me today. Two people asked me exactly the same question, and it's something that sometimes that we forget. Hi Glenn, hi Hachi, hi Julie. So people often ask me, when I buy a new house, what is the best time for me to arrange my insurance? Now, this might seem like it's common sense, but it's actually not. So I just want to clear it up for you. Super simple. When is the best time to arrange your insurance? So if you're buying a house, you don't have to have insurance until settlement. All right. But what you want to make sure is that you actually arrange your insurance before settlement. So it starts on the day of settlement so that you don't get all caught up in the hype and the moving and removalists are coming and where you're going to put the furniture and all of that. You want to make sure that you get all of that organized first so that your insurance is ready to go. You don't have to think about it, because the second that settlement's gone through, that minute, if there's something broken, let's say that you're moving in and you're in between houses and someone sees you're moving in and they steal your TV while you're somewhere else, it's afterwards. So you really need to make sure you put your insurance in place before settlement, but that it starts from the day of settlement. And another really important thing is, if you're going to have a mortgage on your property, you actually have to put your bank on the policy as well. And most insurance companies will actually say to you, do you have a mortgage? Or sometimes they call it interested party. And you've actually got to put the bank on there as well. Because if anything was to go wrong with your house, as if it was to burn down, something like that, the bank's actually, of course, got an interest in the property. So be really careful to make sure that you've got your bank on your insurance policy, and don't use abbreviations. So let's just say, for instance, your mortgage was with the Commonwealth Bank. Don't just say CBA. You actually need to put Commonwealth Bank, or the bank may ask you to do again. And you don't want to muck around with all that boring stuff when you're getting ready to move in. So like everything we talk about, there is exceptions to the rule. And the major exception is if you decide to move into the property early. So let's say the owner of the property decides to let you move into the prior to settlement, which sometimes happens. There's some forms, negotiations, that's another whole video. But the key thing is, if you move into the property with permission prior to settlement, that actually brings forward the date that the risk passes to you. So you need to have insurance before you move in if you're moving in prior to settlement. If you're not moving in prior to settlement, then you just need to have it for the settlement day. So that's really important, as I said, because when people miss it, it's because they're just getting so ready to move in and all the excitement. Now, let's say that you're building a brand new house, okay? You're building a brand new house. Again, all the excitement, the lead up to it, you can't wait to get in there. Before you have the handover and get the keys from the builder, you've got to have the insurance then. What's a little bit different with building a house is that the builder is actually going to have the property insured for you until you actually have the handover. So if someone does injure themselves on site, or if someone steals an oven or some materials of the builders, that's on their insurance. But again, when I see people forgetting to do their insurance, is you're just getting so excited, ready to move in. So again, you can always organize the insurance in advance, ready to start. Make sure it starts from the date of settlement, or if you're moving in prior to settlement, from the date that you move in. And if you're building a house, it's from the date that you do the handover with the builder. And making sure as well that you've got your mortgage name on there, because a lot of the times the bank will actually want to see a copy of your mortgage, and if it doesn't have their name on there correctly, they'll actually reject it. And it's just little things like that that are just undue stresses or things that can hold up your settlement for no reason. So, ANZ Bank, Australia and New Zealand Bank, National Australia Bank. Don't put NAB, put National Australia Bank, and then everybody's happy. So just little things like that, that if you prepare for them in advance, it just makes it really easy for you. More things that you can enjoy on the settlement day. But the key thing is really making sure you've got that insurance ready in advance, and so that you've got that cover note ready to go, and then you can just move in and enjoy the day as it is. Because that's what it's all about. Putting really good steps in place to make sure that you get to move in and enjoy it. So Wednesday night, it was just a quick, short one for me tonight. As I said, it's something that I get asked probably every single day. So if you have any simple questions like that, reach out to your conveyancer, your real estate agent, even your bank will know those answers, or shoot me a message. Always happy to help. Don't forget also, a lot of these types of tips are in my free ebooks that you can get off my website. So you just go in there, enter your email address. It will email you a download for a free ebook. There's one for selling with confidence and also one with buying for confidence. And there's so many free tips and information is there as well. So that's really it. Gang, amazing to see you as always. Thanks for jumping online, everyone. And just remember those critical dates for insurance. It's the date of settlement, and just get ready. Organize it all in advance. And if you're moving in early before settlement, make sure that you get it then as well. It's just so important. And another, actually, before I go, another really good one that sometimes I find a lot of clients are really investing in at the moment is actually landlord's insurance. So if you're going to be renting out your property, so you're not actually going to be moving in, a upgrade to your normal building insurance may be a landlord's insurance policy. Often we have properties where the bond is 4 weeks rent, and that bond amount wouldn't be enough to cover any real substantial damage that a tenant could do at the property. So that landlord's insurance, I've had a lot of clients that really think it's a good idea, and they've really invested in it and they've needed to use it. So that's definitely something that you might like to consider. And again, you want to make sure that you've got landlord's insurance if that's what you choose to do, because you're renting out your property from the date of settlement. Because the second settlement's gone through, the risk of what the tenants are doing to the property passes to you straight away. And I mean the actual second that settlement's gone through. So if settlement's at 2:30, at 2:32, if the tenant rips up the carpet or there's a fire, something like that, you really need to make sure you've got it in place. Hachi, I'm just reading your message. Also, anyone with short-term accommodation such as Airbnb may also require a very policy to that of... Oh, I can't read it all. Sorry, Hachi, I can't open the whole message, but I think what you're trying to say is that, yeah, people with Airbnb need to have that one of landlord insurance as well. Yeah, absolutely, because home and contents insurance, contents is more to do if it's actually your principal place of residence. So you want to make sure when you're getting your insurance with your insurance company, you might be better speaking to an insurance broker, to be honest. There's lots of really good ones, because you don't want to need to make a claim on your policy and find that you actually don't have the right policy because it's not your home or it's short-term accommodation, something like that. So I find that insurance brokers, personally, that's usually who I use, are really good for that purpose. We've got such amazing insurance brokers here locally. I know there's HIB, there's Adroit Insurance. We've got heaps of really good local insurance brokers, but definitely nailing down exactly what you want the policy for. They can make sure that it's set up well in advance for you, so that when it comes to the date of settlement, nothing that you need to worry about at all. But making sure that you have the right type of policy and the right exact name for your bank on there as well. Okay, thanks for that information, Hachi. Definitely correct. Gang, that's me. It's Wednesday. Chat to you soon.